Ignite, sparked by BBB, where conversations are taking place to change the future.
Welcome back, everyone, to BBB Sharing. I'm Evie, Director of Ignite, sparked by BBB. And with me today, I have Wilber Pacas from C&W Electrical Contractors. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Good morning.
Good morning. It is morning here now. I get confused when I come in the podcast studio because I have so many podcasts that I do each day. I'm like, is it morning? Is it afternoon? Is it evening? I don't know anymore. So you came in here, we're going to get to know you and talk about what you do. You're electrical contractors. What is your favorite part about what you do?
Just about everything related electrical. Mainly my background is commercial
Oh, really?
electrical. That's where I started when I got into this trade. Um, I I started as an apprentice, first a helper, I'm sorry, and then I became an apprentice with the union in New York
Oh,
City.
really?
Yes, early 90s, 1992 is when I got in the trade. I was 19 years old. Then in the mid 90s, I moved from New York City down to Richmond, and the union was not as powerful as it is up north down here. So I went and drop out of the union because I couldn't get, it was not the same.
Yeah.
So I've been since 1997, 96. I've been non-union and I have no complaints doing the same thing, new commercial construction, electrical buildings. So I became a electrician, and then from electrician I moved up to became a supervisor and
Nice.
supervise others, doing the installation and new construction.
So being able to take yourself from being an apprentice and learning from somebody else to now being the person that teaches people how to do what you used to do. What is that like for you? What's one of the hardships that you find is teaching people how to do a job that it really is delicate what you do?
It is. I'm the kind of guy that don't mind share my experience, my trade. I love sharing that with younger guys, but I prefer the ones that really want to do these, not the ones that just show up and get a paycheck
Yeah.
and do this for like 2 months, and then the next 2 months, after 2 months they go and do something else.
They're
You
kind of
know, if
wasting your time and their own
exactly
time.
so. But after you get to do this and deal with a lot of people, you figure those guys out quick, so you don't really waste your time with them. You just,
Mm.
you know. But also, I'm always open. I don't hide nothing with my used to when I used to run decent projects, with 20 guys, 25 guys. So I used to chair and treat everybody the same.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's amazing. So we always talk about, the BBB is about protecting people from scams and stuff like that. What are some common things that you see your clients face with other electrical contractors that you're like, that's not really how we do it in this industry?
The most common thing that I hear now as an owner is that, you know, some contractors, some people that are in this business don't uh don't take pride in what they do, and they don't be honest with customers. I'm the kind of guy that I rather waste a little bit of time, but whenever I put my hands on something, I make sure that my customers are satisfied. I make sure that also I don't hide anything, no, from my customers. I want to make sure that that customer feels good, and then once I leave his house or his office building where they work, that they can call us back.
That's one of the things that I tell people all the time. I get a lot of accredited businesses that come in here and they talk about what they do, and they really love what they do. You can tell that they love because of the way that they talk about how they service their customers, how they take pride in their work and how they love their employees enough to teach them how to do the job properly, like they would do it themselves. And for me, being able to have you guys come in here and talk about it, like the values of the BBB, they are transparency, trust, honesty, respect, and being a business that works in or operates in a marketplace that starts with trust. And so being able to hear you talk about how much you take pride in your work and you care about your customers and you take the time to teach your employees and being transparent, I mean, it just makes a world of a difference. It puts overall you accredited businesses on like top tier compared to everybody else. And I feel like they don't really like you guys don't get it until I like put it in perspective for you guys like that. And they're like, oh, I guess when you put it that way, that makes sense. So what are some things, in your industry, and I'll give you an example of some things that I've come across from other contractors that do like roofing and stuff. We hear of storm chasers, of course, but there's also instances where businesses will tell their employees to put like bottle caps on the bottom of their shoes and then walk on the roof and it looks like a hailstorm hit it, even though it didn't really happen. Do you ever see anything in someone's home or in a commercial building where you're like, who did this botched up job? Like, I've never seen anything like this before.
I do, especially on residential, but the residential, a lot of the homeowners do their work themselves,
Oh no.
or they hire their friends to do it.
Yeah.
So you won't believe the kind of stuff that I come across. Some people, electricity is one of the things that you can't see, you can't hear, you can't smell it. It's nothing. So when you see it, it's going to be a little bit too late.
Oh no.
Because your house might be on fire or something, or a section of your house. And they just, I'm the kind of guy that if I don't know anything enough about something, I'd rather hire
Yeah.
somebody that do that for a living, that do that every day,
Same.
and not having to put my family and myself in jeopardy just to save a few dollars.
Yeah.
Because anybody can come to your house and tell you they can wire a light bulb or a plug in the wall. And it's going to work, but do you know what's beyond that?
Yeah.
Electricity is based on numbers. You have to figure out the law of every circuit that you got in your house. You can't just go around and add and add and add to it. And
You're gonna blow up your house.
yeah. So, but a lot of people do see how we do it in the field and oh yeah, I can wire that. It's just a black and a white wire.
No.
That's not how it is.
What's the craziest thing you've seen?
I walk into a house where this lady have extension cords everywhere because she only have two outlets to work in the house.
What?
And the people that were there before I was, they charged her, they took the money and run off. They were not licensed, they were not from the state, they were from North Carolina. And I kind of feel bad, all the single lady, and that's what a lot of people are going around and take advantage, especially of females, older ladies.
Yeah.
But they'll pay for it one way or another later. But that's one of the things. And when I came to her house, I removed the box, the main panel cover plate, and it was arcing inside. When you open it up, it felt like snakes were inside
Really?
it. Yeah. So it took me about a month and a half, three of us to figure everything out.
Oh my God.
She did it. She was doing an addition, and the same guy, I guess the carpenter was doing the electrical, the plumbing. They burned out her air conditioning unit.
Are you serious?
And then I can't remember what the lady's been a couple of years back. I think she paid like $30,000, and the guys never show up to finish up the job.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, it was one of the, they didn't have no company logo on the van, nothing. They just show up and told the lady they were contractors.
See, recently, it's funny that you say that because recently I visit my grandmother. She lives in town. And I visit her almost every day, you know, just to check on her. And the other day I was at home and I was helping her with her garden and there's a knock on her door. And I'm like, who's at your door right now? And she said, oh, I don't recognize those boys, but I think they're the neighbor's sons. I know they're doing some work there. Maybe they need something. So she goes outside and I'm listening at the door and they're door knockers. They're trying to convince her that there's something on the side of her house that, you know, like they saw it and like she needs to fix it immediately or so-and-so's gonna happen. And I'm like, these guys don't know they're barking up the wrong tree right now because
Yeah.
my uncle's a contractor.
Yeah.
And she looks at them and she's like, look, my son's a contractor. If something needs fixed in the house, he takes care of it.
Right.
But in that instance, I was like, I feel bad for other older women that live on the street that don't have anyone else to help them.
Yeah.
They don't have a son or a granddaughter or grandson. And so they don't know to call businesses like yourself to help them with things, or even to go to bbb.org and look for accredited businesses like yourself.
Right. Yeah. You're right.
You know, so that's why when we tell you guys when you come in, put the BBB seal on your website. Let not just older people, but even like the new scam age now is 18 to 24 years old.
Yeah.
18 to 24.
I be getting all these phone calls, you know, all the
Right.
time, and they just call the wrong people sometimes.
Yeah, they call the wrong people. That's crazy to me.
And I always, you know, I care for especially old people, you know, because my mother is up in age. She's about in the late 70s, and you know, I always treat my customers, especially older people, the way I would like to treat my own mother. You know, because it's like you say, a lot of them don't have anybody to protect them. You know, and it's kind of sad how some people treat these elder people. You
Yeah,
know,
they take advantage of it.
exactly. Yeah.
And it's just not okay.
You know,
Well, Wilbur, how can people get in contact with you?
yeah, they can go up in our website and, you know, look up C&W Electrical Contractors, and they'll see my info. They can they can reach me out by emails, or they can call 804-502-7656. That phone, if I don't answer the phone, somebody else will.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming in here and taking the time to talk to me.
You're welcome.
And everyone that's watching on YouTube, please make sure to like, share, subscribe, and comment down below. It is BBB Central VA. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit that notification bell. And if you're listening on Spotify, BBB Sharing, make sure to follow us and give us a like. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ignite, sparked by BBB, where conversations are taking place to change the future.